applause for Ryan and Kelsey for setting up this festival. Thank you. And can we get a round of applause for all of the stand-ups and comics we've seen so far? Yes, thank you so much. Hi everyone. Yes, I'm Stacey Axler. Thank you so much for coming out to watch and perform and support comedy on a Sunday morning, no less. So give yourselves another round of applause. Everyone, I have had a summer to remember. And that is kind of interesting. And that is because I personally was really confused most of the summer. Maybe you all experienced this. A lot of people in my peer groups were saying this phrase, hot girl summer. They're like, everyone, this is going to be a hot girl summer. And at first, my general social strategy is to agree. I'm like, you guys are right, it is. And then around July, I was like, I don't know what this means. And I don't know what I've been agreeing to this entire time. Like, what is a hot girl summer? And then I was like, okay, let's think about this logically. In summer, it's hot. So maybe everyone is just complaining that they are hot. And then I was like, no, this has something to do with sex, I know it. And then I really think, and I still don't know, but this is my working theory, what I really think it is, it's like in the summertime, you wear less clothing, and that makes you hot. That seems to be right. But I still don't know. And it wasn't until recently that I was confronted with another phrase that I don't know what it is until finally I broke down and I went on Urban Dictionary and I was like, what does this mean? This is the phrase, everyone, who's heard of it? You insert a name or a pronoun and then you say, blank is on one. Who has heard this? A few people, but everyone else is giving me a blank look. So this is what I've experienced. Okay, so the first time I tried to use this phrase, I misheard it when I first learned about it. So I thought it was, she's got one. So I would go into social situations and then someone would be like, hey Stacey, can you pass me a beer? And I'd be like, sure, here you go. And then to the rest of the party I would announce, she's got one. And then everyone was like, what does that mean? And I'm like, everyone's saying it now. Everyone's saying this phrase. And no one was saying it. And then I would pass like a couple on the street like holding hands. And I'd be like, oh, look at that, this is a normal couple. And I'd be like, she's got one. And I was like, Stacey, stop yelling at the people. But then I realized, I was like, I was wrong. It's not she's got one. It's she's on one. So then I was like, but that makes even less sense. Like, what does that mean? Basically, what it means, that I've been able to ascertain through Urban Dictionary, may I just say, thank God people are still updating Urban Dictionary because you would not believe the amount of hours I've cataloged. Like, what does this mean? It means someone who is so locked in on something that they could be high or maybe they're just angry. That's what I looked up. So anyway, use it correctly, everyone. Use it correctly. I don't know. I think like I used to be aware of the fact that I was young and that's been slipping away slowly and slowly. Before at work, for example, someone would be like, Stacey, I forgot how to log into my email. And I was like, okay, let's just request the password to be texted to us. And then this person, let's call her Barbara, would be like, Stacey, how did you do this? And I was like, I just pressed the forgot password option. That's what I did for you. And now I'm just like, I don't know how to do these modern things. Like, has anyone else had this experience where you thought you were going to a brunch, but your friend called an Uber to take you to a networking event? Networking is very difficult. Networking is so difficult for me because I get very shy in like large groups of people whom I don't know. So I went to this networking event because I was tricked, basically, is what I was saying. I was tricked into going. And I thought it was a formal brunch, so I looked pretty good. And then I got out of the car and I was like, oh God. And then my friend was like, this is fun, this is gonna be fun, networking. And I was like, ha ha ha, great. Okay. 2 hours passed and I was linked back up with my friend. And they're like, who did you network with? And I was like, I network worked with a sandwich, because that was the only thing I interacted with that entire time. They had a buffet of sandwiches. And you didn't have to tell them what you were doing there. You could just go up and get a sandwich and then go on your own and eat it. And that's all I managed to do. And about halfway through that, I was like, maybe I should get a second sandwich. And I was like, no, I don't need a second sandwich. But I thought about it for the rest of the time. Anyway, networking. I am in therapy. Who else? That's very nice. You know what? I think like a lot of times they do these like routines, stand-up routines, and like I'm like I ask that question and only like 2 people applaud, and I'm like, come on, people. Do it! I don't know. I can't, like, therapy has helped me so much with different things. I remember though once, it's like I've gotten like a mix of different reactions telling people that I'm in therapy. One of my friends once was like, Stacy, I can see why you're in therapy, but I would never need to do that. And in my mind I was like, you do! You're the only one that needs it! But I couldn't say that to her, obviously. But I bring that up because one thing that my therapist wants me to do is take better care of myself, which I think everyone should do, though it's difficult, I admit. So around this time every year, I'm like, okay, it's time for my annual checkups, physical checkups that I go to make sure I'm physically healthy. So I went to this one doctor appointment, my annual physical, and they did like all the little test things that they had to do, and then at the end they're like, okay, Miss Sax, so like I was sitting up on that like thing, dramatic reenactment. I was sitting up on that thing, and then they were like, my doctor got out this little hammer, and I was like, oh no, please don't do this, and she was like, Miss Saxler, I just need to test your reflexes, and I was like covering my knees with my hand, and I was like, I know what you're trying to do, but please don't, because I really don't like the feeling of the hammer upon my skin. And she was like, Miss Saxler, move your hand, and I was like, fine. And I moved my hand, and she hit my knee, and then of course I kicked, and I was like, ha! It's like, I did not mean to do that. It just came out of my mouth, and I was like, the human body, am I right, Doc? And she was like, I don't know. And then at the very end of the appointment, she was standing in the doorway, and she's like, okay, we have to get the results of your blood test back, but ultimately you seem to be in perfect physical health. And then what I said to her was, I guess what you're saying is that I am perfect. And then she said, no. She left. And that's been my time. You've been a wonderful job. Thank you so much.